Hello, hello, good morning. Um, I believe now it's going. I think I'm getting slightly better at knowing when it's actually going, but not like amazing. Good morning. Hello. So some good news and bad news. Some bad news, but it isn't terribly bad news. I have lost a little bit of my marathon footage. I thought we were going, I thought it was live, and I was incorrect. So that's the bad news. The good news is it's only like 20 minutes. And I can tell you guys what I did. What I did is I glued together some more rings. So it looks just like it looked when I showed it to you guys. Um, the last session, it looks like just like that. I started putting some big floral appliques and some big glittery roses on the shoes, and I pulled them off and put some slightly smaller shoes. This is the main thing that I tinkered with, and unfortunately that's just lost, but I can catch you guys up. So I'm deeply sorry about that, but I suppose technical errors do happen. So this is the wedding shoe I was working on last time, and I tried some big ruffles, but I put some of these little delicate pearled flowers on there. We have these at the glitter store. I will have to check how many we have, and I will have to restock because I love them. So she's got her diamond ring in her, and I went ahead and put some pearls, and I did some little extra pearl doodads that I had left over from when I did my butterfly arches. So she's very pretty. I'm sorry that we don't have precise footage of me doing it, but she is now basically done. I'm going to letter her, and I've got some little white stones and some little white half pearls, so I might indulge myself in some embellishment of her. Um, I won't do that like on camera because what I'll probably do is bring her to the glitter store and put a couple on her every so often. Do I like that? I do like that. So she's basically done. And then I kind of started working on arranging some of the others, and we don't have it, but we will get it now. So, what I want to get ready to do is to letter these girls while my hot glue gun is heating up because we are now at the phase where it's going to be hot glue gun situation. All right, I don't know where I have a nice big bottle of white mist, but she is a little clogged, so we're going to have to unclog her. As a reminder, when your bottle clogs, ah, what? You can pop this out and then take a toothpick and clear it out. What you do not want to do when one of these bottles clogs is take a pin and push the clog down because it's just going to keep floating up and it's going to make you crazy. So she's ready to go. Fill her up. Okie dokies. She's ready to go. So while I'm waiting for my glue gun to warm up, I'm going to letter my shoe here. And I did end up swapping out one of those like sterling silver um Martha Stewart rings for this one because the gold with the little pearls, it just looked a little bit. I wanted to try different combinations. I do really love the gold, but I wanted to try different combinations, so I ended up swapping it out. So that's kind of what they look like side by side. I tried like every combination. If I get it together, I would love to put everything side by side. All right, I am just going to direct letter her. Sorry to be quiet while I letter. I got to kind of hold my breath a little bit. Nice and zen. Beautiful. Okay. Lettered, white on white, so you can't see it. But I'm going to match on all of these. I'm going to match the lettering to the ring metal. Ooh, that's pretty subtle. I kind of wish I'd gone a little bit stronger, but it's okay. Subtle is not a bad thing for a wedding shoe. I'm not unhappy with that. It's a little pale, but it shows. It's subtle, but it shows. I like that. Alrighty. And I would put 2027 on her, but I think I'm going to hang on putting 2027 on my wedding rings just in case. But she's beautiful. Because sometimes I have a friend call me up and they're like, "Oh my gosh, my friend got engaged. Do you have any wedding shoes?" And if it happens, in 2026, then I'll be able to zip a little 2026 on there and she'll be ready for a friend. So beautiful, finished and lovely. I will set her aside. How's my glue gun coming along? Good, good. Okay, so I kind of was fiddling around with different combinations. I want to try like every combo. I want every color of ring in every color of box so that I can assess them. So this one is going to be the gold ring in the bright white with pearl jam. So I put the ring in there slightly angled because I think it looks cute. If you put it too flat, I think it kind of starts to look a little too geometric, if that makes sense. All right, I've got her in there, and I'm going to check and see if I have more of those white flowers at the glitter store, and that's what I'm going to use on those. But let's go ahead. Let's do all the white flowers. Hey, honey bunny. All right, so I like the AB stones best. I think that is most dramatic and beautiful, but I have some of these big white ones that aren't AB. So I'm going to do those. Hey, Fanny. Just to use up what I have. And they look good also. And it'll give me different comparisons, different things to look at. So, little dot of hot glue on each of the tongs, which you would be able to see if Fanny's big booty wasn't in the way. No, Miss Bryce, I know. I love you too, but we've got stuff to do. We've got stuff to do. All right. So that is my gold, my sort of silvery gold. I've been saying gold, white, gold, silver. All right, and I'm going to put a dollop of glue and put her in the box on the angle. I usually put a dollop of glue on the bottom and then a little glue on each side where she touches the shoe to give her extra reinforcement. As I said I think it was the last session, and now I'm in the sort of awkward position of not remembering, oh, was that something I said in the lost footage or am I repeating myself? So apologies if I repeat myself, but it doesn't take a ton of glue to secure the ring because it's pretty close to the right size. So you kind of nestle it in there and it should be nestled pretty good. Are you sulking? My poor girl, she can't have everything she wants whenever she wants it. It is a hard life. Okay, so that looks great. And so I found in my stash these really beautiful white appliques. So I'm going to put these on some of my wedding shoes, not all of them. Some of them are going to get slightly more three-dimensional flowers, but then these are going to get my appliques. And I think I probably bought these appliques with the intention of doing them as like tablecloths on some of my like St. Joseph's altars. But this is a very pretty place to use them. And I like it a lot. It adds a lot of elegance, but it doesn't put a ton of heft on the silhouette. The reason I took the ruffles off is because the silhouettes on these are so delicate. I don't want to overload them too much. And it's always a balance, between what's subtle on a shoe that's completely covered in glitter. That's a difficult sweet spot to navigate. All right. So I've got some more of these. These are a little bit smaller. This is trim that's already. So I'm going to put that with my little scissors. Where'd you go, little scissors? These are small scissors, but they aren't my tiny, tiny silver. So this is an applique like trim. So I got to cut them off of here. And this is just stuff I have in my stash. You know, dig through your stash and pull out all the kind of white, lacy, fancy, fun stuff. We've got a little pile at the glitter store of like fancy bridal stuff because when we do a bridal second line umbrella, if there is, you know, an inch of fancy pearly trim left, you best believe we're going to use it on something because crafting turns you into a hoarder or perhaps exacerbates existing hoarder tendencies, but there are worse there are worse things. All right. So I've cut a little applique. I'm going to put a little applique up here. And it's hard to tell because it's subtle, but I'll grab some videos in the sunlight later and you guys can see how pretty the bridal lace looks on these. I really like the way the applique sits on top of the glitter. It makes it look fancy and embellished, but in a way that is very, in my opinion, elegant and sophisticated. All right. And yeah, I might pearl and stone these even further because, you know, too much is just about enough when it comes to such things. But yeah, that's very pretty. Little piece of bridal lace up there, slightly smaller piece of bridal lace up there. And I might mess around with, oh, we might do two. That would be pretty cute. Can we layer them? Oh, that's a lot, but it's beautiful. Okay, we might put a lot more bridal lace on her. Actually, I'm going to leave her alone for now with one beautiful accent there and one beautiful accent here. And then I'm going to her little sister here, who is her little sister here, who was just the fairy tale, not fairy tale, sorry, the unicorn freckles mixed with, come on, brain. Unicorn freckles mixed in with what's basically magic white, a mix of whites, including some Queen of Diamonds. She's a little subtler, so she can probably handle a lot of lace appliques. So we're gonna a lot of lace appliques is what she's gonna get. All right. Ring goes into the shoe. It fits pretty good, so it doesn't need a ton of extra adhesive, but we want our creations to last, to be strong. We would like them to look like they looked when we made them, when they make their way home. And I'm going to cut out some more lace from my stuff. I have a big old box of lace that I inherited from my late mother, but you can always find little lacy bits in your stash, and it's a good way to use them up. Something old, something new. Okay. It is an extra step to like cut the appliques out, but oh, pretty, 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 if you will. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna go even lacier on this one, and once I see how it looks, we might lace up. It would be fun to like, I'm not quite at that level of creative intensity on these because they're shoe marathon shoes, and I don't wanna like put 4 hours into them and be like, I'm trying to in my marathon, I'm trying to represent the process accurately for you guys. So I don't want to like do a ton of stuff and then be like, and you can do this later. Just trust me. So I don't mind doing a little bit of rhinestoning, like here and there, just cutting my appliques out. But I also don't want to do like 3 hours of. So what I was going to say is I'm not quite at that level of creative intensity on this one, on this batch of shoes, but it would be cool to take a bunch of different like laces and cut out the little bits and sort of like patchwork them together. I have seen Doc Glitter do that with bridal umbrellas, and it's so laborious. It's such a labor of love, but it's so beautiful. That would be kind of fun. I'm gonna go through my lace stash and pick out some fun little bits just to see what I can kind of collage together. I tried doing a boot where I did that with like tea colored and vintage pink laces, and I wasn't wild about it, but we start somewhere, we explore, we learn things, we take the stuff that works and we learn from the stuff that doesn't. Nothing wrong with that. That is absolutely. So on this one, I've put two pieces of lace together. Ooh, I really, I really like that. I really like that a lot. Um, I might do no. All right, I like my little flowers. I like my little lace. This is the difficulty with when I do a marathon like this. I say when I do a marathon, like I've ever done this before. But what I mean is when I do a batch, the difficulty is I do like kind of a big-ish batch so that it's efficient, so that I feel like I've used my time well. But I'll make like eight, six or eight of them, and then I've learned a bunch and I want to make more. And so it would be very easy for me to fall into a rabbit hole where I just did the same shoe like 20 times. And by the same shoe, I mean the same sort of concept. But like this, I'm almost at the end of making four wedding ring shoes, and I feel like I want to make four more. I'm like, ooh, it's kind of fun to I'm enjoying the process of lace appliquing these lace like layering these lace appliques on there. I bet I could do that with like more lace and I could probably combine slightly more three-dimensional flowers. And what if I got some like sequins involved and then you get going like that and all of a sudden you're down the rabbit hole. That one's a little wobbly, so I'm going to save that for oh shoot. Okay. It's okay. Too many ideas, which is not a bad thing. I sort of am of the opinion that you want your creative energy to be, you don't want, if your time and your sort of capacity to execute things is what limits you, I think that's probably a good sign. I don't think it's a great sign if you're just sitting around with time on your hands and not sure what to do. And by not a great sign, I mean, something to maybe work on. Okay. Oh, that's very pretty. Very pretty. Yeah, this is super fun. I kind of stumbled on this accidentally because as I was cleaning out my craft room, when I would find little white bridal bits, I stuck them in this big box and I wrote bridal on it. And it's got like little pearls and little white stones and then a little bit of lace. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll layer like a little bit of lace in there. And here I am layering a bunch of lace and really loving that. That's so pretty. She's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Oh my gourd. Okay. It's very fun. It's like collaging, but a little bit more three-dimensional. Yeah, this was unexpectedly very, very fun. So I'm gonna see if at the glitter store I want to do anything else on my last one. I'm very tempted to just do three lace appliques because now that I've started doing that, I'm a little obsessed with it. What else could I put lace appliques on? Do I have lace appliques in other colors? Mm, that's my lace and that's my lace. Gosh, I'm very taken with that. Okay. Let me put some extra flowers. I do like the leaves, but I want to put some extra flowers. And you do want to be careful with the lace applique because it's got holes in it. So if you put glue on the back of the lace applique and then you press it, you don't want to get your hands all burny. Oh, wow. I could do this all day. I could decoupage. Ooh, and what if I put a little bit of glitter in the lace? Just some accent bits. Ooh, we might play with that later. Oh boy. Okay. Well, this was a rabbit hole I wasn't expecting to fall into, but that's, I guess, how rabbit holes work. Okay. Point is, she's got pretty lace all around her. So that's one piece. That's multiple pieces. Just mixing and matching a little bit. A little bit. That's really fun. And I'm really pleased with the way that came out. Okay. Okay. All right. Yep. Yep. That was a dangerous rabbit hole, and we fell into it without realizing it. Sorry, y'all. Thank you listening to me narrate my own goofiness. All right. Very excited about my little bridal lacy girls. So I'm going to letter these real quick. Her lettering is going to need to be, let me see, do I want to move this? Let me just scooch this leaf a smidge. Hmm, actually, I can probably angle her with a little glue. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm just folding this leaf so it doesn't fall right into the direction that I want to, uh, you know, letter on. These are two ivory, but it's okay. I have other pearls in the stash that I will add. Yeah, my big difficulty now is going to be not going absolutely crazy overboard. Wish me luck. Okay, I've got my finished shoe here, except she needs a little dot there and she needs her lettering. So we're going to write Muses tiny because we don't have a ton of space, but that's okay. It'll be delicate and elegant. Delicate elegance. And I've done it enough that I'm pretty decent at guessing how I want it spaced. But if you're nervous at all about your spacing, a transfer will help you enormously. And I'm going to match the gold to the gold. Oh, I love it. Isn't she lovely? All right, that's two. 1, 2. Cruising right along. And her, I'm gonna do later because I want to see what my flowers are, but I'm gonna go ahead and no, I'm not gonna letter her yet. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna be good because you can't quite tell exactly where you want the lettering until you have all the embellishments. So it's hard to wait, but good things come to those who wait, and we want good things to come to us. So we're gonna wait. Okey-dokey. So she is done. She's got pretty lace appliques. She's going to maybe get a little more pearls, but she's got this space up here where I'm going to write muses. And I can write it a little bigger than on the last one because I didn't put as much lace on her. It's okay. That's why you should be disciplined and make a transfer. But I'm going to clean it up. I got a little thread of hot glue in my nozzle. And that's making it tough for me to get a nice clean line. But it's okay. What we're going to do is add our letters, add our glitter, and then when it's dry, we'll peel off the bit that got a little bit smudgy and redo it. Not the funnest thing ever. Did I write muses too big on this one? I actually think I maybe wrote muses a little too big. So what I'm going to do with her is rinse it off. I'm trying to decide how I feel about it before I rinsed it. Yeah, I think I wrote muses a little bit too big, so I need to rinse her off. So I'm going to stop, start, and be right back because I can't take the camera into the kitchen with me, or I could, but that's We're not doing that. And I do need to rinse it quickly. So what I'm going to do is take her, run her under the faucet. That's going to take the paint off of the dimensional paint, and then I will let it dry. And this right here is why you do a transfer. This is, I should know better, but it's okay because for me, 19 times out of 20, it goes fine. And the 20 out of 20 time that it doesn't, I'm comfortable rinsing, letting it dry and fixing it. So I'm going to stop here, rinse this off, and I will be right back in here with a part two of session.